Welcome to section 19.4, Community Ecology. A biological community is more than a list of species. It's a network of interactions. In this section, we'll explore predator-prey dynamics, defenses against predation and herbivory, competition and niche use, symbioses, and how communities change through time, also called succession. By the end of this section, you should be able to discuss the predator-prey cycles, give examples of defenses against predation and herbivory, describe the competitive exclusion principle, identify symbiotic relationships, and describe community structure and succession. When the number of prey increase, predator numbers often rise after a lag. As predators become more abundant, they reduce prey numbers. As a result, predator populations then decline, allowing prey numbers to rebound. This slide shows the classic example of the lynx and the snowshoe hare. The key idea is the time lag between prey availability and predator response. Note that when the lynx population is near its minimum, the hare population explodes upwards. With more food to eat, the lynx population climbs, but the hare population collapses, triggering a collapse in the lynx population. And thus the cycle continues. Whether it's wolves and deer, hawks and mice, these predator-prey relationships show similar patterns as the lynx and the hare. Predators help prevent prey overpopulation and overgrazing. Removing predators can destabilize communities. Reintroductions can restore balance by reestablishing top-down control. Defense strategies fall into broad categories ranging from mechanical defenses like spines and shells, chemical defenses like toxins and distasteful compounds, physical appearance, including camouflage, mimicry, and warning colors, and behaviors like fleeing, hiding, and group formation. We'll explore each of these defense strategies on the next few slides. Physical structures reduce the chance of being eaten. Plants deploy thorns and spines as mechanical defenses, while animals use shells, thick skin, or quills. Mechanical defenses deter or slow attackers long enough for escape. Many plants and animals synthesize compounds that make them toxic or unpalatable. Examples of chemical defenses include alkaloids and latex in plants, tetrodotoxin in some amphibians, and cardenolides in monarch butterflies acquired from their eating of milkweed. Chemical defenses teach predators to avoid them. Many organisms have evolved physical traits to avoid predation. Camouflage helps organisms blend in. Mimicry allows harmless species to resemble harmful ones. Warning coloration advertises danger or toxicity. Visual signals change predator behavior. Many species reduce predation risk through behavior, fleeing, hiding, mobbing predators, or shifting activity times. Grouping behaviors, like a schooling fish cluster, confuse predators and reduce any one individual's risk. Herds, flocks, and schools are classic anti-predator strategies. The competitive exclusion principle states that no two species can occupy exactly the same niche in the same place indefinitely. One will outcompete the other. Gauss's paramecium experiments showed that species sharing identical resources cannot coexist long-term. Differentiation of resource use is required if both species are to survive. In nature, species often avoid direct exclusion by partitioning resources. Barnacle species occupy different tidal heights. Plants capture light at different canopy levels or root depths. Animals forage at different times or on different foods. Partitioning reduces competition and allows coexistence. Symbiosis is a close, long term interaction between species. It includes mutualism, where both species benefit, commensalism, where one species benefits and the other is unaffected, and parasitism, where one species benefits while the other is harmed. These relationships can strongly influence community structure. We'll explore each of these types of symbiotic relationships on the next few slides. In mutualistic relationships, both species benefit. Examples include termites and gut protozoa that digest cellulose, corals and their photosynthetic symbionts, as well as lichens, which consist of fungus and alga. Mutualism can involve many partners and often enable species to exploit resources they otherwise could not. In commensal relationships, one species benefits while the other is not significantly affected. For example, birds nesting in trees benefits the birds and doesn't seem to help or harm the tree. Proving no effect can be challenging, so commensalism is sometimes hard to confirm. Parasites live on or in a host and reduce its fitness. In a parasitic relationship, one organism benefits while the other is harmed. Examples of parasitic relationships include tapeworms in mammals, mistletoe on trees, and parasitic wasps. Many parasites have complex life cycles spanning multiple hosts, which ties together distant parts of a community. Community structure refers to which species are present and their relative abundances. Dynamics describes how these change through time. Biodiversity has two key components: species richness, as in how many species, and relative abundance, as in how evenly those species are distributed. Disturbances and interactions shape both. Foundation species create or significantly modify habitat, supporting many other organisms. Examples include reef building corals, prairie grasses, mangroves, and kelps. By adding structure, altering light or flow, or contributing nutrients, they set the stage on which communities assemble. Keystone species have outsized effects relative to their abundance. Sea otters suppress urchins and protect kelp forests. The starfish pisaster maintains intertidal diversity. Apex predators like wolves can trigger trophic cascades. Removing a keystone can reorganize the entire community. Invasive species are non-native species that spread and cause ecological or economic harm. They often outcompete native species due to a lack of predators, which can alter food webs and reduce biodiversity. Examples include zebra mussels in lakes, Asian carp in rivers, and, in some regions, non-native sea urchins that overgraze kelp. Prevention and management are key. When an ecosystem is reset, such as after a fire, a lava flow, or a glacial retreat, there is a predictable pattern to the recovery process. Primary succession begins on bare substrates with pioneer species. Secondary succession follows disturbances where soil remains, such as a regrowth after a fire. Communities may approach a shifting equilibrium, but change is continuous. Community ecology integrates interactions, predation, competition, symbiosis, with roles like foundation and keystone species, and with processes like invasion and succession. These forces together shape which species are present, in what numbers, and how communities change through time.